Nobody should be buying real estate where there's snow. If there's snow on the ground, those jobs are moving. When you invest money in real estate, you need to pay it like any business. I want to be around major hospitals. There's some of that urban tight around hospitals where nurses have to be, doctors have to be. They won't get rid of that completely. But on the outskirts of Detroit, man, they just got destroyed because the jobs left. I look at Houston, Texas. I look at Tampa, Orlando, Miami, even the Mobile, Alabamas, the Atlanta, Georgias. All this migration is happening. And the more dumb shit that New York and New Jersey and California does, the more it just pushes all of these people to migrate to where there's less tax.
Very prevalent.
They start losing some of their voting delegates as these populations shift. You have the big motivated moneymakers that move out or the big companies that move out. I don't think a lot of people realize how fast those jobs go away, like that guy's talking about. I don't believe his concept on snow, but I do believe his concept tax burdens or aligning yourself politically with people that affiliate themselves with a certain political belief, like less taxes, more pro-business or whatever it is, and then they move to support that.
The whole migration thing, 100% that is happening. I think it's easy or very interesting on the snow part. It is. I mean, it's a gloomy time for most of the winter. I mean, it's not fun. And I'll tell you what, if you don't get out of here, a couple times I had the ability to go on a couple different things and I had a third one and I didn't go. And it's like, oh my gosh, now it's like 5 weeks in. And I don't mean to be snobby. It's just a really good feel that a little bit. And then you can deal with, even this last week that we've had.
So when you run out of water in LA and you run out of water in Phoenix and the river dries up and you have no fresh water, those cities aren't going to be real popular because the water wars, I think, are going to come back unless we get some dramatic changes with the weather patterns. You're going to have that happening. How about all the blackouts where literally cities, everybody's got their air conditioning running because it's 105 degrees today and people will start dying from heat exhaustion in something because the cities, the grid, they can't keep up with the grid. And then everybody in those same cities is plugging in their electric cars. And all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. You guys, listen, you got to even this out a little bit. You can't convince me. I guess I should say, I like to be where the water is. And in the old Sam Kennison, go where the food is. Well, guess what? Midwest is kind of where all that stuff grows. And I love the Midwest for that reason. It's full of natural resources, great place to live. If the grid ever goes down, you're not going to live in Arizona for very long. You're not going to live in the tip of Florida very long. Texas, same thing. Gets over 100 degrees. Most people can't survive in that environment.
You take things for granted that you do get here. I mean, like water. Going to that Hoover Dam thing was just like, it's eye-opening. That water's gone down and how many people really live based on not only the Hoover Dam and the electricity part of it, but the Colorado River. That could affect a market big time if you can't get water to it.
I mean, go research the water wars back in the early 1900s. This was a real problem, guys. I mean, sharing resources was a big, big problem. Just like, like even in the Twin Cities a couple years back, like 2007, I don't know if you guys remember this, but we were having a problem here in the cities with natural gas. It had natural gas coming down from like some of where they were, the wells and things like that up in North Dakota. There wasn't enough capacity in the lines to get like up to Big Lake. So all of a sudden there's people in Big Lake and their furnaces weren't running because they didn't have enough gas coming through the pipes. And then you start thinking about, wait, we're not in this sheltered, perfect little world of plug it in and we're fine. The world does have, limited resources.